What's up guys, Chris here, back again with another video on the channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about what happened today on the market with record breaker cards as they're going out of packs on Tuesday. A little bit of an update of what we were doing in terms of, flipping cards, how we're making our money, stuff like that. An update on our team. I'm going to kind of give a little bit of a feel to some of you guys, whether or not you want to see this on the channel. But we're going to talk about it with my team. And we're going to talk about the market in general, some investments, maybe some things you guys can look at and stuff like that, as every video pretty much is. So before we get into the video today, if you guys can, drop a like on the video. Let's hit 100. That's our goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Turn the notification bell on as well. Get involved with us over on the free Discord. Trading guides, trading tips, all that kind of stuff's on there. And then on Twitch, we'll be there again later tonight. Most likely we'll be on for another stream. So let's get into it. So here's what I've been doing recently. Just able to sell a Keen. I've been flipping icons, man. We sold our team, like our Zambrata, who's actually up at 800k right now. Some of the icons are really flying, and other cards are kind of up a little bit today, and we'll talk about that. But we've been kind of icon flipping, buying this at like 410, buying this at like 810, just kind of like little flips here and there. We bought this Van Dijk at like 300k. We bought these two at like 43. Remember the video last night we talked about how to fluctuation trade within forms as the market continues to rise? Well, this guy sold for 47. And then we've just been tech heavy on a little bit with, Sane here, just getting a few sales every hour. And now I got a couple icons that I'm trying to flip here. Got like a Baggio at 725. Got this at 300. Got this at 840. And, I got a couple Fabregas, some Varans, some more Sanes, and then got some Rashfords. So, in total, we have about 8 million coins. Now, the reason why we have 8 mil, though, is because we decided to kind of ball out with our team. We did the base icon again today, and we packed the LOMs. So, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do FUT Champions highlights with a team like this. The way I would set up in game is I'd use these two up top, and I would use Paulinho and Valverde as my CDMs. Carrasco and Alessandrini would be my left and right cam. I'd be using a 4-2-2. So let me know if you guys would like to see something like this happen. I do get Elite Plus every weekend, and we can hit that 27 if we have a super meta team. So let me know if you guys want to see that on the channel. We're going to be running like different squad videos every week, testing out different icons. Let me know if you guys are down to watch that. And yeah, the market as a whole today went up. As per we talked about in our video last night, we talked about how cards were going to go up today based on if we got concert or not. People panic bought. Now, some of these guys, some of these record breakers are starting to come back down. So now they're starting to look a little bit more like buys. For example, a guy like Fabregas earlier today. I still like this at 90,000 coins. I still do. He's got that league on hype. He wasn't in packs that much. He was 80,000, went all the way up to about 100. He hit 100. He then dropped back down to 93. I'm looking for a 90k or an 89, something like that on that. This Silva went to like 137, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He might have went up a little bit higher than that. But yeah, he went up to 137k. He's now back down to 130. And this is what we're always going to see. You're going to see people that we're going to panic buy some of these cards. Same with some of the best of cards. Like, for example, a guy like Renato Sanchez is up a little bit today. Now, what I would advise you guys to do is try to find these guys in a few hours' time for when I'm recording this video, when the market gets dead. Now, why does the market drop off a little bit later on the nighttime? Well, it's because there's less people on the market. Now, why do you think cards are really good to trade with? It's because they drop a little bit late night, probably in a couple hours from when I'm recording this video, right? So you're looking at a guy like Renato, he hit a 215. Well, let's just say later tonight, right, he gets applied a little bit, and he goes down to like 205, 206. Now you can find a 200 on a snipe with a little bit less competition as well. And that's what I've been looking at doing. So I think Renato's going to keep rising out of packs. I would say make a decision for yourself. If this guy on Wednesday is like 250,000 coins for whatever reason, really take advantage and look at this and maybe just sell it because it may be overinvested in or whatever. Just be careful with overinvestment with some of these out of pack best of cards that are going out of packs. The record breakers I think you'll be okay with. A guy that I'm really interested in to see what happens today with UCL marquee matchups is Carrasco. This is a card again that is really getting bought up. He's like 37,000, but over the weekend, this guy was like, he was 32 here, and then on Sunday he was like 30k, and then he started to really get some hype yesterday. So he's up at 37 now. That's a big rise for an inform of this stature, and just how much he's been packed over the last few days. So be very, very careful with Carrasco. I still think it can rise, but just be very, very careful of it. Now, another investment I've been looking at, by the way, is Inform Mars. Now, I've been told by many people that we don't think Mars is getting in. So if Mars is not getting in, KDB is going to be the guy that EA puts in, because I believe he got a goal and 2 assists or something along those lines. This Mars was like 135 this morning. He's now getting bought up again. If you could find an under 140, 135-ish, I really like this, because what's going to happen is if he does not get in, it's a gamble, by the way. It's a gamble if he doesn't get into Team League or not. Kind of like the gamble we took today with the record breaker cards, if you bought them super early with me when I made the video. But if you take a look at Mars here, what's going to happen is if he doesn't get into Team of the Week, this right wing card is going to fly. It's going to go up to like 160 like this. Now, what you could do, in my opinion, from past experience this year, is I would sell that right away. When he gets panic bought up like that, at 6 p.m. UK time, you take the coins on it, because then you can reinvest that money elsewhere, and sometimes they do drop back down and then rise again after rewards. That's kind of the trend I've been seeing. We did this with Werner like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where he went from 300k all the way to 335. I should have taken my coins right there. He did hit 350 like the following 2 days, but that's not really worth it for me keeping 10 Werners. If you get like 4 or 5 of this card, if he doesn't get in, you can make about 10, 15k a card, depending on where you buy the card. So that's what's happening with record breakers. That's what happened with some of the Team of the Week cards. Now, how would you go about looking at Thursday flips? Well, we're obviously going to see, a market rise pretty much every single day. So you're looking at a guy, I'm trying to look for an inform that'll work here for just kind of like flipping purposes. Maybe take a look at a Kamara, okay? Now, we've seen a really nice rise on Kamara today. He went from 58,000 all the way up to 65. Now, later tonight in a couple hours, what happens, the market is always lowest before 6 p.m. and it always goes up the most after 6 p.m. because people want to have that confidence to buy players for teams, and they want to see what comes out for content first. And today, of course, we didn't get crazy content, so every special card that's out of packs got bought up, and some of the icons are up today as well. All of that should continue to rise, but there's going to be little windows where you guys can buy cards that drop again. So a guy like Kamara, you can obviously find him at 61, 62, and every single day further, he's going to keep rising gradually. So that's going to be something you guys look at for Thursday flipping, is where you buy a card for a little bit lower than where he peaked at that day, and then you're going to sell it the next day for a lazy buyer, or you're going to sell it on Thursday because you got a decent price for it. Like this England was just 365. He's now up at 380s. That's going to be a 400 plus K probably in 2 days time. Lorente is rising, right? This was 509 last night. He's now 540-ish. Just kind of take a look around the market and just see graphs. Do a little bit of research and just kind of see like where cards have been. And just start fluctuation trading with them. Like this Delaney here, right? You look at Delaney at 58.5. You take a look at his peak today. He hits a peak of 60, right? And he's down at 56. So you know that 56k for Delaney is down. So we go into the market and we try to look at Delaney's Team of the Week card. If we can find a 56, not only can we sell at 60 for profit, but we can also sell at like 62, 63 for lazy buyers, right? Because you never put your card up for the cheapest on the market. You always list it for lazy buyers, because that is what we do. We do not list for the cheapest one. And that's what you guys can look at doing. Now, I'm going to be giving out probably either later tonight or tomorrow a little bit of a guide as to what to look out for Thursday flipping. But right now, it's all about kind of just looking at the market as a whole. That's what I would do in terms of Thursday. Like, look at cards on Monday night. Try to get them a little bit lower than where they peaked out on Monday afternoon, Monday night, depending on where you guys live. And then you'll see them rise even further on Tuesday, because you're going to have even more people buying, because the market should do very, very well this Thursday. Icons as well, man. Icons are going to keep doing well. These guys are going to keep rising. If we look at Zambrotta, by the way, some of these guys are absolutely flying for the fullbacks in general. Like Roberto Carlos and Zambrotta for me have been the two biggest risers. Look at this. 630. And I mentioned this on stream, and I know a lot of you, by the way, remember this. I shouted out Zambrotta for somebody that's going to do very well because he held his price so much better than most of the icons that have been dropping week by week. And he held his price better, so when obviously the time was coming to buy, he absolutely flew. And earlier today he was 709. He's now up at 800,000 coins. And if I look at the market sales history, it looks like he is getting bought at 770, 780, 760. He's getting bought at a really high price. So this guy's up a ton. And yeah, you're going to continue to see icons getting bought up. You could trade with these guys as the day goes on every single day, like I've been doing, finding some big undercuts. And, you know, as of like today with UCL marquee matchups coming out, this is something you guys can look at doing. Two different things. Well, one of them is looking at the Team League 9. Now, they're going into packs on Wednesday. So if you see a drop-off on a Carrasco at 32, you buy that. If you look at Dini at like 26, 27 for SBC fodder, just maybe going up a little bit out of packs, you can buy that. Lukaku might go up a little bit out of packs as well, like 32, 33. Holland at like 190 looks decent to me. I mean, his card looks insane. And then if you look at a guy like Neuer, which is one of my favorites this week, same with a guy like Leno, like 25, 26 for Leno's great. But if you look at Neuer, right, this guy, Neuer, for every FIFA is just so low. Like, or not low, but rare. That's the word I was kind of looking for, is rare. So today on the market, I would really be interested to see like how big of a drop off do we see, not only at 6 p.m. but before 6 p.m. Now, if the drop off is huge before 6 p.m. UK time, then I think you're going to want to buy the informs, okay? If you look at the prices you've just seen on the market there in my video, if you see them drop a decent amount before 6 p.m., you need to buy, because what's going to happen is everyone is selling off in anticipation of buy when there's UCL marquee matchups come out and pack supply comes onto the market, and they expect these cards to drop, and everyone's going to be buying, so it won't make those informs drop. It'll actually make them rise. So pay attention to the, you know, the panic on some of these like Team League 9 informs before 6 p.m. Another thing I'll be looking at doing today would be Tech Avion. Obviously, we explain in every video, but Tech Avion is such a good method. We've been flipping those signings for like 11K, 11.5, player stuff like that, and we've been doing pretty well. Like, we've been flipping them. We sold, I think, like 3 or 4 already. We sold just a Havertz there at 17.2. That's another card that we bought at like 15, making about 1 to 2K a card. Now, today there will be some pack supply, so this is going to be really good to do. You look at a guy like Havertz, and there's a list in my Discord as well. I always want to explain this to you guys, but right now Havertz is 16,000 coins on the market, okay? I just put mine up at 17.2, so he sold for 1.2K higher than the current price. He went from 14.7 today all the way to 16.6. If tomorrow, because of UCL marquee matchups, these cards drop, you can not only see them rebound just a little bit, but you can also flip them for a little bit higher. So say this guy drops to like 14K today, you snipe at 13, he then rebounds to 15, and then you can sell for 16, 17K. You're making a couple K a card by doing that. Always look for chem styles on them, look for position changes on the midfielders and the forwards. Another thing you can look at today is the popular page. If you see any gold cards drop significantly or a decent amount, like Varane, for example, 240 would be my buy price. Rashford at like 210 would be my buy price. Cards that you think are going to do well for Thursday flipping, you could buy today with UCL marquee matchups. Mendy at like 86, 87. Gomez at like 60, right? Some of these like lower tier gold cards that I still think are going to rise a little bit on Thursday, right? Salah at like 285, 280. That's what I'd be looking at. Bombing under 100. Mane at 310, right? Look at some of cards like that. You can make some decent coins there. The market should keep gradually rising and rising. So do what I said in the video tonight, and you guys should be able to, you know, do some decent stuff for Thursday. I'll give you guys a specific guide pretty soon as to what you guys should be looking at for Thursday flips. These Drogbas are getting bought at 885, which is solid because mine is now up at 899. So I'm going to make a little bit of profit there. This 895 looks like it's expiring, but I might be able to make some coins. Hopefully mine sells. But thank you guys for watching the video today. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe if you're new around here. Talk to you guys in the video soon. Peace out.